Hello, and welcome to Storytime with Candace. So, one time, a long time ago, God told me to leave my toxic relationship and move out of the house I was living in with my ex. I was living at the time with him and his parents, and at that time, although I was Christian, I was basically confused about the whole is it wrong to be with someone you're in a relationship thing. We already had kids, blase, blase. It was confusing. And I was asking for clarity from God for quite some time, and I hadn't felt like I was hearing anything. And one thing about when you're in a relationship with a toxic person and or a narcissist is you don't have clarity in your mind. But that's exactly what I needed. And I was walking around the house, nobody else was there but me and my two boys. And I missed church that morning for some reason. And I was praying in tongues, walking around the house. And I felt as if the Holy Spirit told me to go into the living room and to kneel. So I did just that. My kids were in the room, so I went by myself, kneeled on the floor, and I began to pray in my prayer language. And out of nowhere, I heard in my spirit, like as I was praying, I heard the words continually spoken: resist the urge to stay and leave, resist the urge to stay and leave. And I'm like, what? And I'm crying, all this stuff. I have no idea why any of this is happening, but I'm just literally feeling overwhelmed with the presence of God just with me. So I get up, go in a room, and I'm like, God, what did that mean? And I'm just sitting there and I'm watching church online. At the time, I was watching Michael Todd. I was watching his church. I can't, the name escapes me right now, but I was watching his church service, and at the same time I was at home watching this, there was an encounter happening at the church I was supposed to go to with my ex's, basically, sister-in-law. And so all of this is happening, and I'm breastfeeding my newborn baby, and I hear a knock on the door, and I'm like, oh, hold on, because I'm breastfeeding, and it's a continuous hard knock on the door. So I go over and I'm like, okay, come in, come in. And out of nowhere barges in my ex's sister-in-law, and she is like so emotional. She literally comes up to me, squeezes me, hugs me, and she's crying. And she's just crying and crying. And I'm worried. I'm like, wait, her heart is beating so fast next to my face. I'm like, wait, are you okay? Are you okay? What happened? Where's your husband? What's going on? And so I'm panicking. And then I just calmed myself down and I was like, okay, are you okay? And she stopped and she told me that God had encountered her at church. She told me that God had literally given her a vision in the middle of the church service, showing her how I really was. In this relationship, I was very broken and beat down, and I was kind of hiding it from everybody. But he allowed her to see the depth of my pain and feel it. And she said, the Lord allowed me to feel everything you feel and see how you really look on the inside. And it broke my heart. He allowed me to see the things I was missing, and it broke my heart. And he told me one thing for you to know. And I was like, okay, what did he say? And she said, all I heard him say for you was that let go and let God. And the moment she said it, I knew that the Lord was telling me, it's time to leave, daughter. And I left.